Well, hello, everybody. It is your favorite day of the week. It is time for another episode of Soap Opera Love in the Afternoon, where I talk about your favorite soaps, both in the United States and the United Kingdom, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I am your host, Les Kirkendall Barrett. Hello. As you know, the podcast is split up into two parts. Part one is always the American soaps, and then a few days later is part two, the British soaps. So, let's get into it, shall we? So, we're going to start off today talking about what happened last week on The Bold and the Beautiful. Okay, so Liam is in huge trouble, right? He slept with Steffi, and he's confessing to Hope. Hope is pissed. So Liam is begging, he's crying, he's boo-hoo-hooing. Meanwhile, Thomas is outside the door, and Thomas overhears everything. Now, I'm sure that Thomas is going to take this information and use it for his own personal gain. Now, later, Liam tells Wyatt that he slept with Steffi, and Wyatt is like, "What? You have got to be kidding me, you idiot." Now, Finn is yelling at Steffi. And Steffi fesses up that, "Oh, Finn, oh, you know what? I fell on Liam's dick and now I'm pregnant." And while this is going on, Steffi is wearing this awful looking beret. Awful. So, Steffi tells Finn that, it may or may not be his baby. And so Steffi is going to take a paternity test. All right. So now we are in the middle of a Young and the Restless, Bold and the Beautiful crossover event. So Summer is talking to Flo, and Summer is trying to get information out of Flo, but Flo is being cagey. Flo is like, maybe I'll give you some information, maybe I won't. Now back over at Forrester in the black person division. Back over at Forrester, Ridge senses that something is going on between Zoe and Zende. And so his hackles are up about that. And that is it for The Bold and the Beautiful. But we're going to stay on the same channel. So we're going to move over to The Bold and the Beautiful's big sister, The Young and the Restless. Okay, Young and the Restless was kind of... before I go, so The Bold and the Beautiful was pretty boring, Put it this way, with The Bold and the Beautiful, you could miss like 2 weeks of The Bold and the Beautiful, come back to the show, and know exactly what's happening. So, Young and the Restless, Bold and the Beautiful's big sister. Now, on The Young and the Restless, Nikki talks to Victoria. She talks Victoria into going to Hawaii. And so Victoria drops by Billy's office, and because Victoria and Billy had spent some time together with their kids, because they have kids, and Lily definitely gave Victoria the side eye. So Sharon visits Adam. And we all know that Chelsea right now is recovering from a brain aneurysm, but she can't move and she can't speak. But what they're doing is they're having the voiceover. So while Sharon is at Adam's house talking to Adam, Chelsea is cussing her out in her head. And she got so mad, and her head was cussing out Sharon so bad that she actually made a noise. So Adam is hopeful that, hey, maybe she will be able to talk soon. All right, so Sharon talks to Nikki about Faith's drinking because, as we know, Nikki is a recovering alcoholic. So Nikki's had experience with that, and Nikki says that she's going to talk to Faith. Now, Nate, over on the black person section, the black person section of The Young and the Restless, because The Bold and the Beautiful and The Young and the Restless, they have a lot of black people, but it seems like the black people are like in their own storyline and they only deal with the other black people. So it's basically, I'm going to call it Black People Island, Black Person Island. So there's a black person island on The Bold and the Beautiful and a black person island on The Young and the Restless. So over at Black Person Island, Nate tells Lily that he knows that she and Billy are up to things. Because Lily and Billy are... Okay, so Lily's one of them that she hops between Black Person Island and not Black Person Island. So Lily and Nate tells Lily that he knows that she and Billy are up to things. Devon tells Lily that their little brother, Moses, is coming to town. I guess he's being sore-assed, which, if you don't know what sore-assing is soap opera aging syndrome, where, one day the kid's 5, and then 2 weeks later he's 25. So Moses is now a teenager, and so Moses wants to be a doctor. So Moses is going to move to Genoa City to live with his older brother, Devon. Now Elena, so Elena was with Devon. She cheated on Devon with his cousin Nate. So now Elena is with cousin Nate, but she's dreaming of Devon. Elena, make up your damn mind. So Gloria is back. Gloria Abbott is back, which is I like Gloria. I like an old lady on a soap. I like an old lady rich character. I am in, so I am happy that Gloria is back. And Amanda. Speaking of Black Person Island, Amanda is trying to get to know her birth family because Amanda was Hillary's twin, Hillary, who passed away, and Amanda found her birth family. She talked to her birth mother, but her bio sister is not having it and served Amanda with a restraining order. So my assessment on The Young and the Restless is The Young and the Restless was kind of a snooze this week. There was too much time wasted about Victor and Nikki talking about how they went to London and it was so romantic, blah, 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 blah. And the week just kind of ended on a snooze. So there you have it. Okay, so now we're going to move over to a different channel and we're going to move over to Salem. Yes, Days of Our Lives. So on Days of Our Lives, Days of Our Lives was really good this week. Days of Our Lives was really good this week. Trip sneaks into Charlie's apartment because Trip is getting evidence on Charlie. Because at this point, we all know, the audience knows that Charlie was the one who raped Allie, but framed Trip for it. So Trip went into Charlie's house to steal something with his DNA on it, so he could turn that in and see if Charlie really is Henry's father. Henry's Allie's baby. So, so Trip breaks into the apartment. He's successful. He goes to Horton Square, and he gets to Horton Square and discovers, oh god damn it, I forgot my cell phone. So Trip has to go all the way back to Charlie's apartment and sneak into Charlie's apartment again, and this time Trip got caught by Charlie, because Charlie, who was arrested for raping Allie, this happened in England, but then they all came to Salem. Trip was arrested, but he made his bail. So Trip and Charlie argue. Charlie tells Trip that he knows that Ava loved him better, their mom. Charlie, meanwhile, is trying to get Claire to date him, and Claire is like, oh, hell no, you raped my cousin. Hell no, get the hell away from me. Now, Xander tells Philip that he is onto him, and he knows that Philip is laundering money for the mob. So Eli and Lonnie are still looking for their babies who have been kidnapped. And so Xander is being blamed for the twins' kidnapping because he made a joke about it earlier in the week. And Eli and Lonnie realize that it wasn't Xander, but they're like, you know what? You've switched babies before, and the same woman who switched Sarah's baby with Kristen's baby last year is the same woman who kidnapped Eli and Lonnie's twins for Yvonne, which means if she's kidnapping the twins for Yvonne, she's basically kidnapping those twins for Vivian Alamain. So Vivian Alamain is going to be back any minute. But so they ask Xander to, Eli and Lonnie ask Xander to help them. And at first Xander's like, F you, I'm not helping you. But then Sarah sets him straight. And so he agrees to help. Bonnie and Justin had their first date. Bonnie goes over to the Kiriakis mansion, and Maggie cusses her out, and Maggie cusses her out good. But you know what? Bonnie isn't taking that crap from Maggie, and Bonnie cusses Maggie out back. And in the end, Maggie leaves the room. Justin and Bonnie end up having a fabulous date, and they are now falling in love. Now, I'll say her full name. Gabriela Josefina Hernandez de Mera is back in town, which makes me very happy because Gabby is one of my favorite characters. So Gabby is back. She shows up at DeMera Enterprises. She wants to team up with Jake because she wants to get her company, Gabby Chic, back up and running again. And she does not only want to get her company started up with Jake, she wants to get in Jake's pants again and get that started up again too. So Gabby works her feminine wiles, and Kate ends up coming into the office and catching Jake making out with Gabby. So I'm going to start something new on this podcast. The applause of the week. The applause, let me give the applause. The applause of the week goes to Gwen. Oh my God. Her scenes were amazing. She confronts Jack and Jennifer. She tells Jack that, I'm your daughter. and she just goes into how he left her, how he abandoned her mother. Meanwhile, everybody else, Abby and Chad and Anna Demara and all these other people are discovering finally that Gwen was the one that drugged Abby. Gwen is behind all of this stuff. Um, Chad went to the prison to talk to Dr. Rolfe. Dr. Rolfe, because remember, Gwen had confided in Dr. Rolfe. So then Dr. Rolfe tells Chad everything that Gwen told him. And it was just an amazing. Gwen was amazing, and it ended on the week ended just on an amazing note. So once again, good job, Gwen. You get the applause of the week. So now we're going to go over to a different channel, and we're going to Port Charles. Last but not least, we are going to talk about General Hospital. So, Sonny has amnesia, as we all know. And so Nurse Phyllis, who is actually, by the way, played by my real life friend, Joyce Guy. Congratulations on booking the gig, Joyce. Joyce is playing Phyllis. And so Phyllis, the nurse. And so she's working in the hospital where Sonny is. Since Sonny has amnesia, Phyllis decides to help him out and brings him home with her. Now, Phyllis's husband owns a bar. And so Phyllis's husband is very suspicious of Sonny. And towards the end of the week, Sonny starts having a manic episode. Actually, Sonny has amnesia, so Sonny thinks his name is Mike. But Sonny is bipolar, I believe, and so he doesn't have his meds right now, and so he's going through a manic episode, and it's freaking Phyllis's husband out. But Phyllis, being a nurse, she suspects what's going on. Everybody's freaking out because Franco's tumor is back. Now remember, the last time Franco had a tumor, he was a serial killer. So, and they took the tumor out, Franco became nice, but now everyone's like, oh shit, the tumor is back. Everybody's freaking out. Now, Liz finds out that Franco hired Jason to kill him. So, because Franco's afraid that the tumor is going to affect him again, too. So, Liz finds out Franco hired Jason to kill him. Liz is pissed. She is so pissed off. Meanwhile, Cameron got into Stanford. Congratulations, Cameron. Okay, Carly has some nerve. Now, Carly's upset, of course, because she thinks that Sonny is dead. But we all know Sonny isn't dead. Sonny just has amnesia and thinks his name is Mike. So Carly is very upset. She also tells Jax that she can't declare Sonny as dead because in the state of New York, the person has to be missing for a couple of years before they're declared dead. Carly is also hiding the other half of Nina's necklace because Carly knows that Nell is Nina's daughter, and Carly is afraid that if Nell finds out Carly is afraid that if Nina finds out that Carly was her daughter, she's going to blame Carly for killing her. Okay, so Carly and the whole goddamn Corinthos family, they have some nerve. And this scene actually really pissed me off. Because, okay, so Ava had a baby by Sonny. Ava and Sonny had a custody agreement. But now they think Sonny is dead. So Ava says, okay, well, since Sonny is dead, I'm going to take Avery back to live with me. And Carly was acting like, how dare you? How dare you? But it's Ava's kid. It's Ava's kid. Carly, who do you think you are? Ava then later goes to pick up the heart that Carly's afraid is going to get into Nina's hands because little Avery, Ava's daughter, found the heart, and Carly found out that she found the heart, and so she's hiding it. So Ava comes over, and Jocelyn's at home, and Jocelyn is also like, "How dare you? How dare you take Avery? It's her fucking kid. Who do you think you are? Seriously." And Carly does need to be taken down a peg or two. That whole family needs to be taken down a peg or two because it's like, Carly, okay, let's not forget the whole reason why you came to town in the first place was to get back at your mother for putting you up for adoption, and so you stole her husband and torpedoed your mother's life. You've done all sorts of things, like let's talk about the time that you were dating AJ Quartermain, who's an alcoholic, and you got him to drink, and come, Carly, the hits keep on hitting, but her and Sonny act holier than thou. Now, I think this whole amnesia storyline is going to turn Sonny's character around and flesh out his character and make him more three-dimensional. And I have a feeling since Sonny is in this town, either one of two things are going to happen. Sonny, with his amnesia, is either going to meet another woman, or Sonny, with his amnesia, is going to run into Morgan, because they have been talking about Morgan, who is Sonny and Carly's dead son. They've been talking about Morgan a lot, so I have a feeling either Sonny's going to meet a woman while he has amnesia, or Morgan is coming back from the dead. What else is there? Oh, and Jax is helping Carly too. Jax is enabling Carly as well. So Tracy Quartermain got busted by Sam and Olivia because Ned had a one night stand with Alexis. Alexis is just drunker than drunk. Alexis is totally the town drunk right now. Tracy was afraid that Alexis was going to get drunk and let the cat out of the bag. So in order to protect Ned, Tracy framed Alexis for drunk driving. Well, Sam and Olivia did some digging. They found out that, and I love the scene. Okay, I love the scene where Alexis wanted to get the information out of Tracy, and so she went to Robert Scorpio, and Robert Scorpio gave her a crash course in how to grift somebody. It was really cool. And to be honest, I want Robert Scorpio and Olivia to become a couple. I love them together. So I hope they make them a couple. So Ned and Alexis and Tracy all get busted by Olivia because Olivia figures out that Ned and Alexis slept together. And okay, so this is not going to be a normal thing, but I actually have a tie this week for the applause of the week. So there's a second applause of the week, and it is Olivia. Because when Olivia found out that Ned and Alexis did sleep together and Tracy covered it up, she was just amazing the rest of the week. And that is it. The soap operas this week in the United States. So this is part 1. Part 2 we will do tomorrow, which is the British soaps. And what can I say? Oh, if you like what you listened to, please like and subscribe and tell all your friends. And Also, I have two other podcasts. If you are a fan of movies on Lifetime and the Hallmark Channel, I have a podcast called A Lifetime of Hallmark, where my co-hosts and I talk about your favorite movies on Lifetime and Hallmark, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and try to make sense of them. And I have another podcast called The Reality Reading Rainbow, where I read books written by reality stars, especially by those from Bravo, and I talk about them. And if you want to get a hold of me, or if you want to, drop me a line, you can find my Facebook page, which is Soap Opera Love in the Afternoon on Facebook. Soap Opera Love in the Afternoon on Facebook. And that's it. So until next time, keep watching soaps. Bye.